Yo, yo, it's your girl, Wise and Born, and this is a video for 4.4, okay? So, quick little warm-up for you. I hope that you try these on your own first before you watch me do them, so pause the video and play it when you're ready to see the answers. So I'm going to work these out. This is a question that was on the quizzes that a lot of you had trouble with, so I'm going to work that one out. ln is the same as log e, and then you have a big E. So e to the x equals e. What does x have to be? 1. Anytime you see e and ln, they're going to cancel out. So ln and e just makes a nice little 1. So you can really just kind of think about that as well. If you see e to the ln of something, the answer is just going to be that number. Okay? So if I have like ln e to the 6, the answer is 6. If I see e to the ln 6, the answer is 6. Okay? If you don't see a base, it's assumed to be 10. So we've got log base 10, 10 to the 3rd. I'm going to add a little x. 10 to the what gives you 10 to the 3rd? Well, 10 to the 3rd gives you 10 to the 3rd. One more. X to the negative 2nd gives you 1/16. Well, we know that 4 squared gives us 16, so 4 to the negative 2nd would also give you 1/16. Okay, those negative exponents, pop that down below. So here's the new stuff, 4.4. It's all about logs of logarithms. This is a huge thing for calculus. We're going to do a lot of condensing and expanding. So I'm going to start with something and expand it, or start with this and condense it. Both are equally important things to do. And so these rules will actually remind you a lot of those rules that you learned way back in Algebra 1 with exponents. Remember how if you had, 3 squared times 3 to the 4th, you could add the exponents? Or if you had 3 to the 4th over 3 squared, you could subtract the exponents? This is going to feel very familiar with logs, because remember, logs are the inverse of exponents, okay? So, the base doesn't really matter as long as it's matching, and if you see something being multiplied together, we can expand that to be addition. If you see division, you can expand it to be subtraction. If you see an exponent, you can bring that exponent down. So logs undo exponents, and we're really getting into that important stuff of actually solving these logarithmic equations. So make sure you write those down. Really, today is just going to be practicing those laws. So whenever you feel like you're ready to start practicing on your own, go ahead and pause the video, try it, and then watch me work them out. So this is multiplication. So I'm going to change it to an addition problem. And that's all I'm doing for right now. This is division, so I'm going to change it to subtraction. And the reason for this, right now, it will help us solve some equations, but really when you get to calc, a lot of what you're doing is, let me fix this before I don't forget, a lot of what we're doing is, when you get to calc, you're going to be doing something called taking a derivative or an integral, and it's just so much easier to do those things when it's split up. And so that's what we're kind of working on, is manipulating the problem so it's easier to solve. Okay? If you see a power in an exponent, the log undoes that, so you can just throw it out front. And that's it. Now I'm going to do some condensing. I'm going to work backwards. So I see addition, I'm going to change it to multiplication. So I can make it say 5x or x times 5, it doesn't matter. Because addition is commutative. Now here order does matter, okay? I absolutely have to have the 8 on top. If I have 1 on top, that's going to mean that I'm doing, this minus this piece. Okay, so this is the only right answer. Whereas with addition, I could really flip these around and it doesn't matter. Okay, if you see a number out front, you're just going to pop that back in the exponent. Okay, so we're working on expanding and condensing, just writing these problems in different forms. At this point, if you want to go ahead and try some, go for it. These are a little bit more challenging. So if you want to try them, go for it. Okay, so again, I see multiplication, so I'm going to change it to addition. I have two things happening in this next one. I've got multiplication plus I have these powers. So I'm going to do this in multiple steps. And now I'm going to take these numbers and throw them out front. If you're able to do this all in one swoop, that is fabulous. And if you can't, that's okay too. Squeeze this 6 up front. All right, this next one is kind of crazy, okay? Maybe even more crazy than me. So the ln and the log thing doesn't really matter, okay? If you see ln, log, same rules. That's not what's crazy. What's crazy is this guy down here. And so I'm going to rewrite this problem to be ln a times b all over c to the 1/3, right? So it's power over root. So I'm going to write that as a fraction. Now I have all three properties happening at once. So I'm going to do ln a plus ln b minus c to the 1. Rewind. Okay, ln c to the 1/3. So what I'm doing is I'm doing my multiplication. I'm doing the numerator first, then the subtraction. It does have to be in this order, okay? And then I'm going to bring down my exponent. Now you're finished, okay? So you got to get in the hang of this power over root business. That's a huge skill for calculus. All right, now we're going to do some condensing, working backwards. Just a reminder, I'm going quickly, so you should be pausing this video, maybe going back and rewatching stuff, and letting me know if you need help, okay? Check out my cute little pumpkin. So perfect. All right, I'm going to condense this time. So when I see addition, I'm going to change it to multiplication. Well, 2 times 32, hey, I know what that is. That's 64. And I can actually solve this. 4 to the what gives us 64? 3. This time I'm subtracting, which means it's going to change to division. And 80 divided by 5 is 16. Again, I can solve because 2 to the what gives me 16? 2 to the 4th. All right, here's some more condensing. Again, if you want to try these on your own, go for it. Okay, so I'm going to pop this power up here. So I'm going to do log 8 to the negative 1/3. Now 8 to the negative 1/3, I can actually clean that up a little bit. 8 to the 1/3 is 2. So 8 to the negative 1/3 is a half. And my base in this problem would be 10. You can just leave it like that. Okay, got a couple of things happening here. I've got some numbers out front that need to be put back in their place. I also have addition, so I'm going to change it to multiplication. So I'm going to do log to the 3rd plus log of this to the 1/2. I only have to write log once when you're condensing, okay? So I'm going to change this to be x cubed times x plus 1 to the 1/2. If you would rather write that as a square root, you are certainly most welcome to do that. And that's it. Yeah, so easy. Duh. Okay, here's another condensing one. Oh man. We've got a lot of things happening in this one. We've got subtraction and we've got addition, okay? It's important to work in order from left to right. And there's a big difference between this problem and the one I'm going to write right below it. Just be patient with me. Okay, I'm going to make one tiny change, and here's that change. Okay, there's a huge difference if you have parentheses versus not having parentheses. Okay, if I have parentheses, I need to keep that together. So this is saying 6 divided by 15 times 20, log base 2. Okay, so if I have parentheses, I need to keep that together. Now if I don't have parentheses, well, it's the wild, wild west, and you just kind of do whatever. Just go right in order. So I've got log base 2. I'm going to do 6 divided by 15 and then times 20. You can put that over here or up here. Do you see the difference? Do you? Okay, I hope you do. So if you have parentheses, you've got to keep that stuff together. Okay? If there aren't parentheses around it, I'm basically just going to put the pieces that are being multiplied and added together, and then put the division on the bottom in the denominator. Division, denominator. See what I did there? All right, one more. I hope that you'll try this one on your own. And when I said one more, there's probably lots more. Okay, so this time I have 12 times, this is 7 to the 1/2, which is the square root of 7, divided by 2. You can also rewrite that as 6 radical 7, throw the log out front. Okay? All right, I guess I wasn't lying when I said that was the last one. That really was the last one. So that just takes a lot of practice. Watch out for those parentheses. Here's some bookwork for you to do. And if you need more practice, let me know and I will find you more. But make sure you're doing the odd ones in the book. That way you can check your answer. And please ask if you have questions. Good luck and peace out.